Hello to all cinema fans. This is Film Anatomy. Today we're going to talk about movies that you definitely shouldn't watch alone. These are the kinds of films that will keep you up at night and make you question everything you thought you knew about the world. Before we begin, please make sure to watch this video until the end for some special surprises. In this video, we're going to suggest 5 of the best movies that will keep you on the edge of your seat. These movies are perfect for a night in with friends, but we highly recommend not watching them alone. So, without further ado, let's dive into the first movie on our list. Number 5. The Babadook, 2014. The Babadook is a psychological horror film that will leave you feeling uneasy long after the credits have rolled. The movie tells the story of a single mother, Amelia, who is struggling to raise her young son, Samuel. When a mysterious book called The Babadook appears in their home, Samuel becomes convinced that the monster from the book is real and is coming to get them. As Amelia's mental state begins to unravel, she becomes increasingly convinced that the monster might be real as well. What makes The Babadook so terrifying is the way it plays with your expectations. The movie is full of creepy imagery and jump scares, but it's also a deeply psychological film that explores themes of grief, depression, and the fear of losing a child. S.C. Davis gives an incredible performance as Amelia, and director Jennifer Kent expertly crafts a sense of dread that never lets up. Number 4. The Witch, 2015. The Witch is a slow-burn horror movie that will leave you feeling like you're under a spell. Set in colonial New England, the movie tells the story of a Puritan family that is exiled from their community and forced to live on the edge of a dark and foreboding forest. As the family begins to fall apart, strange and sinister things begin to happen, and they soon realize that they might be under the influence of a witch. What makes The Witch so effective is its attention to detail. Director Robert Eggers painstakingly recreates the world of colonial New England, and the movie is filled with authentic period dialogue and costumes. The film's slow pace allows you to become fully immersed in this world, and by the time the horror begins to unfold, you're already deeply invested in the characters. Number 3. Hereditary, 2018. Hereditary is a horror movie that will leave you feeling like you've been punched in the gut. The movie tells the story of the Graham family, who are struggling to come to terms with the death of their matriarch, Ellen. As the family begins to unravel, they discover that there might be something sinister at work, and they soon realize that they might be cursed. What makes Hereditary so terrifying is the way it subverts your expectations. The movie starts off as a slow-burn family drama, but as it progresses, it becomes increasingly horrific. Director Ari Aster masterfully builds tension, and the movie is full of shocking twists and turns that will leave you gasping. Number 2. It Follows, 2014. It Follows is a horror movie that will leave you feeling like you're being watched. The movie tells the story of Jay, a young woman who is stalked by a mysterious entity after a sexual encounter. As the entity begins to close in on her, Jay realizes that the only way to survive is to pass the curse on to someone else. What makes It Follows so effective is its simplicity. The movie has a straightforward premise, but it's executed brilliantly. Director David Robert Mitchell expertly creates a sense of dread, and the movie is full of inventive camera work and creepy imagery that will stick with you long after you've finished watching. Number 1. The Shining, 1980. And finally, we come to our number 1 pick, The Shining. Directed by Stanley Kubrick and based on the novel by Stephen King, The Shining is a horror classic that still holds up today. The movie tells the story of Jack Torrance, a struggling writer who takes a job as the caretaker of the Overlook Hotel during the winter months. As Jack's mental state begins to deteriorate, he becomes increasingly violent, and his wife and son must fight to survive. What makes The Shining so terrifying is its slow descent into madness. The movie builds tension slowly, but once it reaches its climax, it's an all-out horror fest. Jack Nicholson gives an incredible performance as Jack Torrance, and Kubrick's direction is masterful. The movie is full of iconic scenes that have become part of horror movie lore, and it's a must-watch for any fan of the genre. And that's it for our list of movies you shouldn't watch alone. We hope you've enjoyed our suggestions and that they'll give you plenty of nightmares. Before we wrap up, we just want to remind you to like and comment on this video, and to subscribe to our channel for more movie content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.